the 1998 F-150, and fires right up.
What if you'd like to know more about it?
Buckle up for safety. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Hammer Down Motorsports. If you guys are new to the channel, my name is Steve Fast, and yeah, we've got a bunch of vehicles here on the channel. This being one of them. It is one of our beauty Fords in the fleet. As you can see, it is in top-notch condition. It is a Lariat, so very high trim level, and it is missing one of its factory options, which is kind of important. It all depends on who you are and what you know about vehicles, whether this is important or not, but yeah, we have no brakes, like absolutely none. Let me demonstrate. So we got to put the pedal down a little bit to get it in gear. Now we're moving along. Give her a little gas, go down the hill a little bit, how about? Right to the floor. Oh, we got a little bit. It actually did slow down more than I thought it would. But there's very little brakes on this thing. Feel a little speed going. Yeah. And yeah, nothing really happening there. All right, so if you saw that evasive maneuver that I just did, because we were kind of reaching the street here, I just hit the e-brake. I mean, if you do lose brakes in your truck, I'm doing this for everybody's safety. If you do end up losing brakes in your truck and you have an automatic, so you can't gear down or anything like that, if you really have to stop and there's no other way to do it, instead of just smashing into something, stab that e-brake and slowly we come to a safe stop. It's not ideal, but it does work. That, or you can just try to find a hill, try to go uphill a little bit. Got our e-brake there, and you can let gravity slow you down. That's kind of the ways I've been driving this truck for the last little while. This being kind of a yard truck, we just drive around the yard with it, haul wood and beat through the bush with it, have a little bit of fun, take it out jumps. I do plan on fixing the brakes on this. I did actually put brake lines on one side of it, and then no sooner did I do that than the other side went too. So yeah, a little bit of rust on this truck, hence why it is the yard truck. But yeah, like I've said before, there's nothing more fun than a cheap old truck. So now we're going down the hill. Let's see if we can do this without brakes. We're just gonna do the steer method. Just gonna get onto the road. Oh, we did a little bit of sliding. It's been raining like crazy. So if you got no brakes, definitely go as fast as possible. Our windshield has a little bit of condensation on the inside, so the wipers aren't going to take care of that, but we can sort of see. And now we're going to coast down towards the end of the driveway. The little e-brake action. And now we're going uphill, and we're nicely in control. So as you can see, it isn't impossible to drive a truck with no brakes. You just got to be a little bit creative. A little bit of oversteer there, and the yard's starting to take a little bit of a hit here. Yeah, it's been pouring rain like crazy lately, so yeah, it's a little spongy in the grass area. But before we smash this thing up, I'm gonna park it and we're gonna go head over to the shop, give you guys a little update on what we're doing in there, and then we're gonna go on a little road trip in the Rebel. So over here, if you guys haven't seen it before, this is our 1995 Ram project. We got some 37-inch Toyo Open Countries on Hummer H2 wheels. We've got our Zone 5-inch lift. Just got the windows tinted not that long ago. It's super windy today. We do have a bucket for a seat currently, but yeah, the interior definitely needs to be put back together. And there's a few little things, the wiring and whatnot. We got to get subs and everything in the back. But enough about that. Let's go inside. All right, here in the shop, it is so much nicer to be out of the weather. We do have our mezzanine up here. I've got a bunch of junk from the Dodge Ram project. This is how we are painting that truck. We've got the Raptor liner. We've got the fender flares. Everything is looking really good because this box was actually in really bad shape before. We still got to do the inside. I got a few goodies in there that are going to be going on the truck, as well as our 4th gen bumper over here. We also have our 1998 Porsche Boxster. Just put a brand new battery in this car, so this thing can be moved because we are gonna be putting the drywall right here. That's gonna go upstairs into the mezzanine. So that's what's going on in the shop currently, trying to get this whole monstrosity kind of figured out, and yeah. One step at a time. Oh yes, the cold start in the Ram Rebel never gets old. I mean, obviously in the cab, you can hear the exhaust, but it's not like super overbearing or anything like that. But once you get to the rear of the truck, yeah, it's a whole different story. There's no braking like a hard braking. All right, so first thing, we're gonna be headed over to the post office. I got one of our hats going out today to its proud new owner. Threw a couple stickers in there for him as well, so hopefully he'll be receiving that very, very soon. So for those of you who didn't know already, we do have a website, hammerdownmotorsportsusa.com. We have t-shirts, we have decals, stickers, posters, all that kind of good stuff. Definitely check it out. One thing you gotta love about Pennsylvania is the back roads are absolutely awesome. In Canada, we mostly had gravel back roads if you went far enough out in the country, but out here in Pennsylvania, everything's paved, so it's pretty much a good time to go rip through, kind of check out the nature and all that kind of good thing. It's always fun ripping in the Rebel. And I'll try my best today to not get yelled at. I don't know, does he look like a yeller? I think he's cool. We went by pretty stealthy. If I were to lay into the throttle a little bit, I'm pretty sure he'd be waving his arms and screaming at me. Some people just aren't about that loud exhaust life, and I really just don't understand people like that, honestly. But yes, sometimes you hear my truck go by, it sounds like I'm going fast, but I'm really not. I was going, actually the last time, to be honest, when I got yelled at, I was going 5 under the speed limit, and a guy rolled down his window and screamed at me to slow down, and I was kind of puzzled by the fact that I wasn't even speeding at all. So it's been a little while since we've done just kind of a random video where I take you guys along on a Friday, go to Westy's, sometimes a stop over to Andy's, and just go through the life out in Pennsylvania here in the fall and get a chance to kind of connect with you guys again, because I think there's been a little bit of a disconnect just because I've been doing more of the product-based stuff, the DIY stuff, but there's a whole lot more that happens around here, and I just kind of wanted to be able to share that a little bit with you guys. There is more to me than just DIYs and things like that, but unfortunately, I mean, sometimes those videos do really, really well, so I definitely like to have that as a part of the channel, but I do want to grow more as this kind of more of a personal vlog a little bit in some ways, because living with these vehicles and just kind of doing the fun things, there's a whole lot more than just a DIY video. So I just like to take some of these opportunities and share that kind of thing with you guys, and just kind of let you guys know what goes on here on a regular basis. So anybody who's wondering what it's like to drive in small town Pennsylvania, well, my lane currently has enough room for a bicycle, and then it's kind of a blind corner. So yeah, not a whole lot of room out here, especially when you're driving a truck. It gets a lot more interesting when I drive around in the service truck, because it's a dually and it has an oversized service body on it. So yeah, you gotta thread the needle a few times. All right, here we are at the post office. Let's get this hat sent out. Got that all taken care of. Hopefully it has its hat by the end of the weekend. I know personally when I order something, I want to get it as soon as possible, so I kind of take the exact same approach. If I get an order, I try to get it out to you guys as soon as possible. And now another day in the life of a V8 Ram owner. We are off to the gas station. I don't have the big fuel tank in this truck. That's one thing I probably would have opted for, but I figure it wasn't that big of a deal. But you do end up not hauling as much fuel around, which you might save a little bit, because obviously a smaller tank weighs less, so you're not burning that extra fuel, but you do end up going to the pump a little more often. So just a shade under 70 bucks for 93, it's not terrible. And here we are, the biggest no-no with a brand new car, the auto wash. And honestly, like, these aren't that bad. There's definitely worse things you can do to your truck. I know some of the places in Canada, when they had touch washes, they would completely destroy your vehicle if you took them through it. This one is pretty clean. I've taken black vehicles through here without any issues whatsoever, so I definitely trust my white truck in here. Not to mention, you do see a lot of really high-end, like Mercedes, BMWs go through this thing, and if they scratched up every car that they went through, I don't think they'd be around too long. Here we go, as I'm sure some of you cringe. Oh, there it goes. The brushes against my new paint. And for any of you who thought that was cringeworthy, go over to Whistling Diesel's channel and see what he does with trucks. And if you've never been to Pennsylvania before, this is pretty common. The elusive 1 horsepower wagon. And then, yeah, pretty much run you into oncoming traffic trying to get around him on some of the windy roads. Good times in Amish country. I actually think he was a Mennonite, but yeah, pretty much the same difference if they're driving a wagon in the middle of the road. All right. Got some left-hand bids put in at the auction. Fingers crossed. And while I was here, I had to hit up the food stands. I got some apple fritters and stuff to bring over to the shop. Hopefully we all can get fat together. All right. Got our food in the Ram box, which for that purpose alone makes these completely worth it. Snoo in the hood. Want an apple fritter? No. Nobody likes apple fritters around here? I even got one without raisins because I didn't know if any of you guys are picky. If you don't eat raisins, I don't know if you can be trusted.
Yeah, exactly.
How about Nate? You want an apple fritter? Nate definitely needs an apple fritter. Winter is coming, dude.
Yeah, I need to bulk up.
It's not the time of year to cut. How about Mitch?
Mitch, you want an apple fritter, brother? I make apple fritters.
Mitch needs an apple fritter.
Oh yeah, baby. Good show. How's it going, man?
Good, good. You?
Good.
Yeah, man.
Did you bring the Camaro out today?
No, I brought the truck.
The IROC.
The IROC, you know it.
You do rock. You rock.
I'm knocking things over here now.
Oh, good.
Yes, sir.
So you brought the Angry Rebel?
Yep, brought the Rebel. I want to get some stuff from the auction, so it's still hard to fit what I wanted to get in the Camaro, so I guess we'll have to see what happens. Well, I mean, I'm going to leave that up to fate to decide. I got a couple left-hand bids up there, so I guess we'll see. So we got Christmas music playing already in the shop, and I thought for sure that was on purpose. I didn't think we started with Christmas stuff till after the 11th of November.
Yeah, that's when we play all day.
Yeah, that's when it's full swing Christmas over here. You got your whole light setup going now. You got speakers. Oh man.
Speakers, lights. When you open this, it lights up now.
Oh yeah? Look at that. What's toolbox like this go for about?
60 grand.
And your firstborn?
Yeah. I think I got like 60 in it.
I might have 60 grand worth of tools.
I might in the store.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. Snap-on guy ever needs money, he just comes here.
I gotta make sure his kids go to college.
That's right. His kids are going to Harvard. So if this is any kind of size comparison to how big this box is, we'll open the top drawer. I'm about 6'1", and I can't see what's in there.
I can. That's a bag drawer.
What's in there?
Bag. That's the only drawer that has any other tools in it.
Do it by braille.
Bag.
In other words,
And then that one's full of brushes.
You need a mirror so you can, like, when you open it up, you can see what's in
pick
there.
up the latest fire
Yeah.
extinguishers.
Well, if you have to go on your tippy, I can do it on my tippy toes.
The alarms come with lithium-ion batteries that'll last for 10 years.
You need the lockers up top, though.
I priced them out.
Get ready to order them.
I'm sort of ready to order.
Christmas is coming. Snap-on's smiling. So Westy just bought like $1 million worth of wrenches, and now he doesn't have room for them in his giant toolbox. So, what's next now? What are you gonna do?
I gotta buy another toolbox.
I guess so. Mr. Big 2.0.
I'm gonna call Snap-on and complain. Tell him that Mr. Big is just not big enough.
Yeah, it's not as big as he thought the Mr. Big should be.
Like, it was full the first day.
It should.
How fucking big is it?
All right, so now that the Snap-on guy has taken the rest of my money, I think it's time to head home. So that's gonna end our video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed coming along on my little Friday running around. Had a little bit of fun with the F-150 and ripped around in the Rebel a little bit. And we do have more stuff coming for the Rebel, so definitely stay tuned for that. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. And as always, keep that hammer down.
Hey!